If you bet on Eric Jones last week, then fuck you. How does that sound? Because I didn't, and I was mad. Just kidding. Congratulations, for real. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newest edition of Dalescenter, episode number 12. Had a good week last week on the picks. If you had Eric Jones, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually mad at you. Congratulations. What a hit that was. Saw some 70-1, some 50-1, some 40-1. It was all worth it at the end of the day when it came to Eric Jones getting it done at Darlington last week. So give yourself a good round of applause if you haven't done it already. I know it's been like 5 days. You probably have already gotten hammered, drunk, spent all your money. That's also okay. And hopefully we can replicate that kind of energy for this weekend. We had a good week on Dalescenter top plays. The parlay, the F1 picks didn't go as well. Our guy Cody Zeeb almost had another profit for the third week in a row, but did not hit. He hit one of his bets, which was Verstappen to win. Didn't hit the other two. Therefore, he did not get a profit. So he has been kicked out of the Netflix club temporarily. There's a new guest, Matthew Sells. The salesman is going to be on here shortly to talk some Netflix club bets. But first, what I want to do, as I look at some comments, why the fuck are we betting on tennis? This is the effect of the Garage Guys Discord, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good thing, and it's fun. But wow, there's nothing that could convince me to bet on tennis, except COVID, because when COVID was rampant, I was betting on Moscow table tennis. So I'm actually a hypocrite when I say this. Fucking hate tennis. Suarez, hey, that's my only bet so far in Cup. I got one more I'm going to give out in the top plays for the Cup Series, but yeah, I like Suarez. I think he's going to have really good speed this weekend. Sheldon Creed, so close. That was, wow, what a race that was, dude. That was so exciting. Outside of betting, if you had Creed at 60 or 80-1, that's a heartbreaker. For me, I had all three of those guys. I had Larson, I had Gragson, and I had Creed, so I was okay with whatever had happened because I had split my units up to make sure whoever won, I was basically going to win the same amount of money there. But Sheldon's a wheel man. We know his day's coming. And, man, one of the all-time great Xfinity races I have ever seen in my life. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, wait, I just saw it. Yeah, the Dale Shades, I was kind of looking at them. The Dale Shades are in need of some repairs. And I was like, you know what? The gold frame. I feel the energy for football season. We're back. Football season's back tonight. And that's where I want to start. Before we get into everything else with motorsports, I am a huge football fan. I'm a Carolina Panthers fan at heart. I'm a degenerate football bettor. I'm not a football betting expert. I'll go ahead and tell you. But I had a lot of success with first touchdown bets. I think at the end of the year, I hit like 15 first touchdown bets throughout the whole year. And they were all like primetime games, whether it was Thursday night or Sunday night. And my net unit count was like 240 units positive. And that primarily was based off of like 4 bets that hit. Miami Dolphins defense first touchdown. Van Jefferson first touchdown to open the season on Sunday Night Football. Both of those were like 35 or 40-1. Hit both of those. I think I hit Gerald Everett, Seahawks one week. He was 22-1. OJ Howard for the Bucks against the Eagles was like 25-1. I hit that. I think that was a Thursday night game. So I'm just really fucking amped up about football first touchdown bets. I'm addicted to them. As I said, I'm not a football betting expert. And I got a lot of picks tonight on first touchdowns. I've just had some good luck with them, and I have some fucking fun with them. So we're going to get into those first before we get into motorsports bets. And I'm going to get my guy. The way this is going to go, I'm trying to make it a little bit more organized, people. I'm trying to make it a little bit more organized. We're going to start with football bets. We're going to start with first touchdown bets only. And I'll give out a couple plays that I like. First touchdown bets. Then we're going to pivot. We'll talk about the odds for all the motorsports events this weekend. It's a stacked motorsports weekend. Kansas, Monterey, California, and the Italian Grand Prix. It's going to be fucking awesome. But first we want to do football. Then we'll get into motorsports. We'll look over the odds. And then we're going to get our guy Matthew in here to talk F1 bets for about 10 minutes. And then we'll get into the top plays, Wall of Dale, all the shenanigans, and be done by the time kickoff happens. Because you know damn well I'm not missing kickoff, people. I'm not missing Thursday Night Football kickoff. Rams, Bills, gonna be awesome. So let me just give you my first touchdown bets. Trying to read some comments right here. Hey, Dawson Knox, anytime touchdown. I actually love that. Allen Robinson, over 70 receiving yards. Maybe. Yes, keep pounding. I'm not the most optimistic fan at this moment. I just keep going back and watching 2015 highlights. Highlights between 2011 and 2015 when Cam was primetime Cam Newton. I miss those days. Luke Kuechly was like my favorite player as a teenager. Steve Smith was my favorite player before that. So for all my Panthers fans out there, I feel your pain. I'm right there with you. But it is time. New segment. First touchdown bets. This is Dual Threat Dale. Look, we know I'm the NASCAR god, even though the summer stretch has been tough on the unit count. We know I'm the NASCAR god. I think I can be an NFL prop god too. I really think I can. So this is Dual Threat Dale. Thursday Night Football. Rams, Bills, starting in about an hour, 15 minutes. I literally cannot fucking wait. Just going to do some first touchdown bets here to get us started, and I'll go through them pretty quickly. You guys keep loading up the comment section. You guys keep talking. I'll come back to them. But we are on a time constraint for this episode just because football kicks off here shortly. So for my first touchdown bet, ride with Cooper Kupp. All right, Cooper Kupp was a machine, had a historic year in 2021 with Matthew Stafford as his quarterback, first time, his first year as a quarterback with the Rams, won the Super Bowl. Cooper Kupp was a touchdown machine, reception machine. Matthew Stafford and him have such a strong connection. At 6.5 to 1, I'm going to put the juice on it. I'm going to put almost 1.5 units on there. This line via DraftKings, some books have it down to plus 600. I've seen some plus 550 as well. Ride with Cooper Kupp. He is the favorite for a reason. I think we're all going to forget about the favorite. Everybody sees all the beautiful, sexy odds of this plus 3,000 and 4,000 and 5,000, which I have done. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to forget about the favorite. We're not going to forget about the Pied Piper of the LA Rams, and that is Cooper Kupp. Dawson Knox for the Bills. I love this play. At plus 1,300, I'd bet it down to 1,000. Plus 1,000, 10 to 1. Dawson Knox, I think he had 5 touchdowns last year, had many red zone targets. I remember a couple times where he scored the first touchdown for the Bills. Love this play. Absolutely love this play. The Rams were kind of weak against the tight end last year. I know they've got Bobby Wagner now. He's a little bit on the older side. I still think that Dawson Knox will exploit this coverage, and I think Josh Allen's going to do what he can to get him the ball in the red zone. Fucking love Dawson Knox. Ole Miss Rebel, by the way. It's not my alma mater, but Mississippi. Dawson Knox first touchdown at 13 to 1 via DraftKings. Unit on that one. Love that bet. Sticking with the tight ends. I love betting tight ends for first touchdown, including Tyler Higbee. I've heard some people say, oh, he's kind of banged up because he did have a sprained MCL that led into the Super Bowl where he didn't play. At 17 to 1 via Barstool Sportsbook. Love this. They released Kendrick Blanton. They got the backup tight end, which is Bryce Hopkins. Caught 1 ball in all of 2021. Give me Tyler Higbee. Him and Matthew Stafford developed a good connection last year, had a few touchdowns. I want Higbee at 17 to 1. I think that's good value. At some books, I've seen him as low as 11 to 1. So give me 17 to 1, Tyler Higbee. Sticking with the Rams right here, Ben Skowronek. All right, his name is Skowronek, but I've developed this dirty mentality of creating hilarious names out of last names that sound funny. So Ben Skowronek, I call him Ben Scrotum Neck because that's kind of what his name looks like a little bit, slightly. I love Ben Scrotum Neck for first touchdown at 28 to 1. Some books have him as low as 18 to 1 is what I think I saw on BetMGM. Did not score a touchdown in 2021, but had a nice target share with Matt Stafford when he kind of developed and emerged as a wide receiver 4, wide receiver 3. No Odell Beckham. Allen Robinson's brand new. Van Jefferson's not playing. Van Jefferson was essentially the wide receiver 3 last year opening into the regular season, which he basically was a wide receiver 2 once Odell Beckham got there. But Van Jefferson scored the first touchdown last year at this price, 30 to 1, 35 to 1 for the Rams. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about that. Give me Ben Scrotum Neck. First touchdown for the Rams. Love this play. Half unit, and you can get away with profit if it hits. Skipped one right here. Isaiah McKenzie. Like I told you guys, dude. I told you guys I'm doing a lot. Like, I'm not advising like you should. I'm telling you what I have. This is exactly what I have on all these bets. I'm not a football expert. I'm just having a good fucking time. That's what I'm doing. Isaiah McKenzie, sneaky play here. Kind of a slot guy, kick returner guy, but he did score some touchdowns last year for the Bills. Not a lot. Less than 5 for sure. I don't know the exact number, but sneaky gadget guy that they do some end arounds to, try to catch the defense off guard, spread the field out. I like Isaiah McKenzie. 20-1, I think, is a good play here. I know I have a little bit more on him than I do on Scrotum Next, and I actually skipped that. But regardless, 20-1 Isaiah McKenzie. Like this play too for the Buffalo Bills. My gut tells me that the Bills are going to score first, and it's going to be with Dawson Knox or Isaiah McKenzie. That's what my gut tells me here. I don't know why. I think both teams aren't going to run the ball well. Hurt Cam Akers may not play a lot. Buffalo Bills have a great defensive front, and we know the Rams have a great defensive front too. So kind of staying away from the running backs. So that's it for the players. I'm on both defenses too. This is like the sexy looking, beautiful money, plus 3,500, plus 4,000 range. On BetMGM, both defenses are valued a little bit better than they are in most other sports books. I'm on both defenses for 0.4 units. Bills defense, they got Von Miller, weirdly, now on the Bills, against his old team to start the season. Love Von Miller here when it comes to causing a turnover. We hear Matthew Stafford may not be 110%, which is rumors about everybody. Who knows if any football player is ever 100% when they strap up. But Matthew Stafford, we know he can turn the ball over. The Bills secondary, kind of weak. No Tre'Davious White. Got inexperienced guys on the edge, on corners. So I like the front 7 here, potentially making a play, stripping Matt Stafford of the ball. Defensive touchdown. And I think the same thing about the Rams, who have a more complete defense. We know Josh Allen I think he had 15 interceptions last year. Doesn't turn the ball over a lot, but he can turn it over. He's been receptive to turning the ball over. So I'm on both defenses for a sprinkle. I'm on both for a sprinkle. I think it's totally worth it at 40-1, 50-1. I'd bet them both down to maybe 35-1. Maybe put a little bit less than what I put on it. But once again, I'm not a football expert. I'm just having a good fucking time and did really well with first touchdowns last year. So I'm going to ride that train as we head into the Motorsports bets. I'll recap this one more time. Cooper Kupp. This is probably the only game of the year I'll bet 7 guys for first touchdown, by the way, which I think that's how many I have. But minimum profit here if one of these hits is like 5 units. So like you're covering the board pretty well, and you will profit if something hits, like pretty substantially. So Cooper Kupp, can't forget about the favorite. Dawson Knox, this is my favorite play for sure for first touchdown. No question about it. Tyler Higbee on the Rams. Ben Skoranek, a.k.a., as I call him, Ben Scrotum Neck. Isaiah McKenzie on the Bills. Bills defense and Rams defense. You can always rewind this. By the time this stream is over, it'll be kickoff. But you can rewind it if you missed the first touchdown bets. Everybody in the comments, if somebody joins late, ask about football, direct them to, hey, rewind this at about the 15-minute mark, and you'll see all the first touchdown bets. I'll look at some comments here, and then we're going to get into some motorsport odds. But I don't know what you guys think. Scrotum Neck may get some of my money on dude, Spurs Ted Lasso's. Henderson over 27 rushing yards. I actually love this prop. As I said, there's rumors Cam Akers may not play very much. The Rams backfield is a mess. I'm just not going to touch anything on props. Don't put this there. Akers first touchdown. No, we don't want that. Revs by 90, of course. Let's go, Revs. Love Kupp, first touchdown. You just can't forget about the favorite. Like I said, everybody's just going to be so stargazed by these other odds and getting so horny and excited because it's the first game of the season. You cannot forget about the favorite that is Cooper Kupp. And the value is there because 8 games into the season, if he's having a year similar to last year, he'll be more around plus 300, plus 400 for first touchdown every week. So I'm kind of looking at this as take the value while you can. Beasley target should go to McKenzie. Yep. Dorothy bets. The fuck is a Dorothy bet? We talking about Wizard of Odds? That's Cup bets. Kansas? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I saw this. All your promos. Hey, everybody check the chat. Look at the promo that Mike just put in there. I've seen a lot of people utilize it. Good stuff. Van Jefferson, yes. Oh, back-to-back years, Ole Miss Rebel. I like that. Dude, I feel the energy for Dawson Knox, man. So that's my favorite play. That is dual threat Dale. I'm going to prove to you guys that I can do some fucking football. I've been beating off the football for like 15 years. like I have NASCAR. NASCAR a little bit longer, more like 20 years, 25 years. But NFL football, became a diehard fan when I was about 11, 12 years old. So that's it for football bets. Let's talk some odds, baby. Let's talk some odds. I'm going to switch the music up here. Or no, here. I'm just going to turn it off as we go over odds. All right. Starting out. Let's do IndyCar odds to start us off. The Grand Prix of Monterey is what they call it. It's like the opposite of Formula One. Like Formula One, you have the Italian Grand Prix, like the country name, then Grand Prix. IndyCar's got to do it differently. Grand Prix of Monterey. This is the IndyCar championship race, by the way. You've got 4 guys that can win the championship on points. I'm not as much focused on that championship battle as much as I am what we're looking at this weekend. But looking at odds here, Joseph Newgarden is the favorite at plus 450, followed by Will Power, Colton Herta, which is now, by the way, if you're in the Discord, you would have seen that I've already bet on Colton Herta at 7-1. That line is gone forever, people. That line's fucking gone. It was 8-1. Colton Herta is the defending winner of this race. And I think is a guy that could play spoiler 100%. No question about it. I think he's going to be really fast. But you got Newgarden, you got McLaughlin at 4.5-1. Colton Herta at 5.5. Will Power 5.5-1. Pato Award, Alex Palou, Scott Dixon at 11-1. I think is insane. Let's go ahead and talk about that. We'll see something on that later. Scott Dixon 11-1 is wild. Alexander Rossi, Christian Lundgaard, who's been pretty strong on road courses this year. Rosenquist, Marcus Ericsson at 25-1 is interesting. I think that's the guy that could sneak up and make some noise this weekend. But I'm not really looking at anybody else. My main focus here is Colton Herta, Scott Dixon, and then we're going to wait and see what practice and qualifying brings us. I think Will Power is a good candidate to get the pole, one of the best qualifiers in the history of IndyCar. Keep an eye on Will Power, but I just don't like the value at 4.5 to 5-1 on most books. So that's the IndyCar Monterey Grand Prix of Monterey, which is the championship race. Let me know what you guys think. Anything that sticks out to you. These lines are virtue of DraftKings Sportsbook. Every other line you see is via Barstool Sportsbook. Let's go to trucks, baby. It is back to truck night in America. Let's get dual threat Dale off of the screen. Truck night in America. Fade John Hunter Nemechek. Just fade him. I'll go ahead and just be honest. I'm trying to be nice early and give you all the hints, all the leans. Fade John Hunter Nemechek. He'll probably qualify on the pole, qualify in the top 3. He's not going to win this race. Do not bet on John Hunter Nemechek at that price. You're better off waiting and seeing if someone like Zane Smith or Ty Majeski, 2 other guys that have been really strong in qualifying trim, and Chandler Smith, maybe Corey Heim, the KBM fleet. You're better off waiting and seeing if those guys qualify really well. Maybe practice lap averages are really strong. Then you can get John Hunter Nemechek closer to 6-1, maybe 7-1. Who knows? But I would not touch that right now. Somebody DM'd me about Nemechek the other night. Forgot to reply, but no, I think you got to fade John Hunter Nemechek at this price. Ryan Preece on DraftKings Sportsbook, last time I looked, is still 7-1. I definitely would consider that. Ryan Preece at plus 700 is fucking crazy. That truck has been so fast at similar racetracks like this. The only race that was on a track that's similar that he didn't finish like in the top 5 or contend for a win was Charlotte, where he did contend for a win but finished 11th. So when you look at the scorecard, you'll see that 11th place finish. That race went to hell in the last few laps. He should have had a top 3 run at Charlotte, but that 17 truck has been blinding fast. And Ryan Preece behind the wheel, 2-time winner in the Truck Series, has been really close at other tracks like Pocono earlier this year. He's been an intermediate king. So you got to watch out for Ryan Preece. There's no question about it. It's 7-1. I'd bet that down to 6-1 if the line has moved. So Truck Night in America, fucking love Ryan Preece right off the bat. No question about it. I think he'll be a contender, and he'll be up front leading laps most of that race. Let's see what comments we got. Wow, only 1 comment. What are we doing? Where's the energy? Where's the energy, people? I got to get this. My Discord is exploding right now, dude. I got to get this off the screen. It's still blowing up. My God. What is happening? It's not the Garage Guys Discord. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what's happening. All right. Get off the screen. Okay. Okay, yeah. Dorothy, it surprised me for a second. I'm sorry. I know the Wizard of Oz, but I was reading it and I was like, wait, what? What does that even mean? Okay. But yeah, and going on further, I know Barcelona's Prix at 6-1, but Chandler Smith, Corey Heim, I think will be factors, especially Corey Heim. I like that price at 8-1. Ty Majeski. And I'm ready for more pain with Christian Eckes. I think Christian Eckes is going to have a fucking awesome run this weekend. Like, he has been a beast on the intermediate racetracks. So I think, and he's been so close to winning. He's been so close to winning. I think he finished fifth here in the spring when they raced here. I know Zane Smith won the race, but Eckes was strong. If we get a late race restart, Eckes has been really good at restarts this year, except for Texas, where he gave it up to Stuart Friesen. But Christian Eckes in that number 98 has been super, super fast at the intermediate racetracks. And I think there's one sports book that has some enhanced value on him, and I'll get into that later. And I got another bet, a crazy bet on Caesar Sportsbook that we have to look deeper into. That's going to be on the top plays. Includes guys like Parker Kligerman, Matt Crafton, Derek Kraus. Keep an eye on that, or keep an ear, or an eye, whatever you want to do. Just be paying attention when we get into those top plays, and you will see what I'm talking about. Moving on, the Xfinity Series. Holy shit, there's so much racing this weekend. Kansas Lottery 300. Ty Gibbs is a favorite. Justin Allgaier, Noah Gragson at 4.5-1. Josh Berry at plus 600, I think is worth a shot, but I kind of want to wait on qualifying because, as Spurs Ted Lasso usually says, they're making it. They make these odds like Formula One. It seems like it's fucking ridiculous. I love Ty Gibbs, but I don't love plus 400, so I kind of want to wait. I think I'm willing to wait until practice or qualifying before I lock in any outrights. The only one I'm considering at this moment at that value is Josh Berry because he's had excellent speed that's up to par with Noah Gragson and Justin Allgaier at similar style racetracks. So I like Josh Berry. I am a little concerned because Josh was not great at Michigan this year, and Michigan is like a mega Kansas, or Kansas is like a mini Michigan, very comparable racetracks. So that is a little concerning, but I have confidence in Josh Berry. I'm going to wait on any outrights, but I do have a matchup that I love that I'll get to in the top plays here shortly for the NASCAR Xfinity Series Kansas Lottery 300. This one, whoa, okay. I need a mod. Who the fuck is this guy? Who is this clown? Somebody get this clown out of here. Can I kick him? Can I kick him? Ah, yes, I can. Boom. Block. You're blocked. Oh, he's gone. All the messages went away on my screen. Micah, sorry, I missed this. I'm trying to speed this up. I like Hocevar at 15-1. I don't know if that line is still there. I have not personally bet it. I have not bet it, so I'm not sure. But I just they've kind of lacked on speed at these kind of racetracks compared to some ThorSport guys and the KBM guys. Charlotte was the one track where Hocevar was unbelievable. Charlotte, I don't know how much correlation that really has to Kansas. It's somewhat similar, but I don't know if I can use that, just that one race as my crutch to be like, yeah, I'm betting on Hocevar right now. I think I'm willing to wait because I don't think he's going to drop lower than 10-1. So if you want to grab it, that's a good value bet. No question about it. 15-1. I don't know if it's still there. I know people were talking about it in the Discord, and I had mentioned it in the Discord that I did like that bet, but I'm not for sure on it on the truck side. Man, you know, I decided after that Xfinity race, because it was so fucking awesome, that we're not going to call NASCAR not a sport anymore. It is 100% a sport. We also won our bets. So that helps. But that was like peak NASCAR. And I'm saying this because I'm disappointed in these odds. These odds are terrible, dude. On every book, they're fucking awful. They're just absolutely terrible. If you want some flyers, I like Sheldon Creed's got some momentum, has some good speed, and Brandon Jones has won here twice. Two out of the last 4 races, Brandon Jones has won at Kansas. Keep that in mind. Flat track king. This isn't the flattest racetrack, but Brandon Jones, I think the Gibbs cars will be good. I think Sammy Smith, if you can find him closer to 20-1, is a decent play. He was really good at Michigan before he sped on pit road. So keep an eye on those guys at better value plays, Brandon Jones and Sammy Smith. I'm kind of looking at them flying under the radar, as Mel Kiper would say. But Xfinity kind of blows right now. When it comes to odds, the racing, fantastic. Odds, not good. Real quick, I'm going to get my dude, my F1 guest, a link here. He should be in here in about 5 minutes. Get him a link to get in here whenever he's ready. Invite. Copy. Boom. All right. Matthew, the salesman. I like that. I like that handle too. The salesman. It's good. Good stuff. Okay, let's go to Cup. Xfinity odds are like Formula One odds. The Hollywood Casino 400, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin open as co-favorites. Love Kyle Larson this weekend. I think this is the time when he finally can get back to victory lane. Martin Truex Jr. is in prison. We talked about it on the podcast. I did actually feel bad for Truex. But I have to still stick with my guns. And remember, Martin Truex Jr. is in prison, playoff prison. But holy shit, when he got choked up, I did feel kind of bad for him because he did kind of deserve to win that race. But I told you guys repeatedly that he's going to come up short. That's why I bet him for a top 3. And what did he do? He came up short and still found a way to lose me money. So Martin Truex Jr. is in prison. I'm not on many outright. I'm only on one outright right now. I'm kind of still in that mode because I got murdered at Darlington in the Cup race. Like, I had bets on Truex. I had bets on Kyle Busch. Daniel Suarez had a speeding penalty when I had him for a top 5. That was in the cards for him, for sure. Chase Briscoe was just a bad bet. That was my one bet that was just awful. I talked about it on Dalescenter last week. Chase Briscoe was just terrible. Even before he wrecked, he was fucking terrible. So that was my bad bet there. Bad weekend. Darlington has been rough for me on the Cup side in 2022. I'm glad it is over with. Moving on. So we got Truex at 8-1, Bell at 12-1, Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney. William Byron has had some chatter. I know Greg Mathern, a.k.a. NASCAR Titan, contributor to the Garage Guys, FantasySports.com, has got him at 18-1. I think 16-1 isn't bad. The one outright I have locked in, and you can see how much I put on it via the Action Network link that you can find in the YouTube description below, is Daniel Suarez at 35-1. Barstool has him at 30-1. I just checked DraftKings a little while ago. Suarez is still 35-1. I kind of like the value at plus 425 for a top 5. Even plus odds on Barstool Sportsbook for a top 10. So I like Daniel Suarez this weekend. He's going to have a fast car. He had a rocket ship here in the spring before he had a flat tire. And this new tire code could cause even more problems. If this new tire code is like a new coating on the left side and the right side is from Pocono. So who the fuck knows what's going to happen? We might have hand grenade city again with all these tires. That's why I'm staying away from betting until we see practice, until we see qualifying, because it's like the worst feeling ever when you bet too early, put a lot down too early, and then your guy just explodes from a bad tire or a hand grenade engine, a.k.a. Kyle Busch, which I'll never fucking... You know what? No, I am over it. We're not going to talk about it. I just said I was about to say I can't ever get over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I promise. If you had Eric Jones, fuck you. I don't know. What do you guys like? I'm kind of at this moment with Cup and Xfinity where there's just nothing that excites me about these odds right now. I've heard some people talk about Austin Cindric to win the pole. I don't hate that. He's been good at qualifying in intermediates. I'm pulling up poll odds real quick, too. What you see at the bottom of the screen is still to win odds via Barstool Sportsbook. Now I'm looking at poll odds. Actually, I got to pull it up on DraftKings. But Bubba Wallace at 12-1 to win the pole, I think, is not a bad bet. The books clearly figured out Christopher Bell, finally, after he came up. Literally, like, if you can like convert time to distance, him missing the pole last week was like this. It literally was like this. That fucking pisses me off, too. 18-1 to win the pole. Now he's plus 600. So the books understand it now. And he won the pole here in the spring, but still think it's worth value. I think a Toyota is going to win the pole. That's just me. And a Toyota might win this race, too. Remember, Kurt Busch won this race in the spring. Not going to be in the car. Now Ty Gibbs is in the car. 23XI had awesome speed at Michigan, which is a great corresponding racetrack. That correlating racetrack is what I meant to say. So I think 23XI will be really good. But I'm gonna lean on you guys in the comments just to see what your thoughts are, because I just fucking don't see anything that sticks out to me. I really don't. But also, the last 3 winners at Kansas, first names all started with K. Think about that. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, and Kurt Busch. Last 3 winners at Kansas, all their names start with a K. Does that mean Kevin Harvick wins? Brad Keselowski? Well, no. Brad K is not going to win. But that opens the door for Kevin Harvick, maybe. Who knows? All right, let's look at this. Son of Smoke, 100% of sport. We're not going to make that mistake again. If anyone asks for F1 bets, kick them. Hey, look, we do talk F1 bets, all right? We're going to talk F1 bets here in a second. I'm not the biggest F1 guy when it comes to the betting side, but we are going to talk F1 bets. I want somebody to give the knowledge once again. Some backwoods snake handling preacher. Okay. I like that. I think that's positive energy. Is it? I don't know. Dale, Red Dog. I've thought about Red Dog. Remember, he's a 401k champion. Has basically done me no wrong this year. He's been so profitable. So he stays on the wall of Dale and will always be drafted until he fucks up big time. Okay. Value and Byron at plus 1,600. Probably gone, in my honest opinion. That's what Greg Mathern has to say. DraftKings apparently has him at plus 900 to be top Chevy. And I just realized I'm wearing the number 24. So that makes me feel like I might have to bet on him. Haven't worn this tie yet, by the way. This is I've had this tie, but I've never worn it. So first time wearing this Jeff Gordon tie. So that's some Byron energy. Evan said this in the Discord, but what if Bowman wins Kansas to complete the 7-time championship numbers, winning 3 in a row? The 3-1 at Daytona, 43-1 at Darlington, 48 wins at Kansas. That alone is enough to bet on Alex Bowman, because we're looking at 35-1 for Alex Bowman on most books. 30-1, 35-1. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. I don't know if he's going to be good or not, but not a bad play if you like the juju. E-Dub likes Kevin Harvick for sure. We're riding with the K's. Yeah, that's my thing. Their 1.5-mile program hasn't been great this year. They were good at Las Vegas. Remember, they did win that race at Las Vegas. We forget about that, but not for sure on Alex Bowman just yet. Thomas G, let's fucking go Cats, baby. Hey, okay, Kentucky Wildcats. Okay. Yeah, Thomas G, I appreciate you. Big Thomas G energy here. Well, I'm waiting on my Formula One guy. So that's kind of our delay right now. So what the fuck should we do? I tried to have some order for once, and I think he hit me back and said his stream ended a little late. And he has seen the message. Our guy Matthew Sells. I want some Netflix Club bets. Hopefully he can get in here soon. Oh, by the way, I'd like to post this in the chat. This is kind of cool. Big announcement. My guy, IDK player, Jonathan Ramos. He does the iRacing streams on YouTube. We have just announced, as of today, pre-Talladega, we are going to be hosting the Garage Guys 499 Friday night before Dega. I really excited about that. I will be in the race. It's all going to be paint schemes from 2006. I'll put that link in here for you guys to look at if it works. But big esports guy on the iRacing side, and we are going to be hosting with IDK player the Garage Guys 499 at Talladega. So it gave me a second to throw that news in there. And my guy, Matt Sells, the salesman, is in here. Let's get to it. Netflix Club bets, a.k.a. Formula One bets. Boom. There he is. I got the wrong thing right here. There we go. Now we're fitting the frame. Matthew, how are you doing today? This is the first time we've ever talked, by the way.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Look, we're keeping the energy flowing positive. I just gave out some football bets. We checked out the odds for first touchdowns, and we checked out the odds for all the motorsports action this weekend, except for the Italian Grand Prix, which is why you're here. If you're new, anybody new to the show, I bring on an F1 expert to talk bets week to week. My guy Cody Zeeb did a great job for 3 weeks, left us with some profit. But if you do have a week where you do not profit, you will be kicked out of the Netflix betting club temporarily, which is AKA the Formula One betting club. So welcome my new guest, Matthew Sells. Let's get some applause in the chat for my dude. Let's go ahead and get right into it, man. What are you thinking about the Italian Grand Prix? Kind of open us up to what we should expect and give me your first bet. You got 3 bets for me, 3-1 on the confidence rate. So tell us about it, and let's hear some bets.
Yeah, so the Italian Grand Prix, aka at Monza, is kind of a one-off track for F1. It's ridiculously fast. It's very low downforce, and teams usually bring just a one-off build for this track. So, it's been a little crazy in F1 this season. A lot of ribbing of Ferrari is happening, including on the way to Monza, their truck caught fire. So I don't think we're looking at Ferrari this week.
That's bad juju.
That is bad juju, man.
On the NASCAR side, remember that happened to William Byron a few weeks ago, and he had a terrible race.
Yes.
So keep that in mind on the bets.
Yeah, the brakes caught fire on their truck carrying their engines on the way to one of their home Grand Prix. So that's not great. So getting into it, I did give you the 3 bets. I ranked them. My third favorite bet is Aston Martin to double top 10 at plus 450. These lines, by the way, are coming from DraftKings Sportsbook here. They've been very, very good in low downforce races this year. If we look back at Azerbaijan and we look back at the Canadian Grand Prix and even at Imola, they've been very quick, and they've Lance Stroll has finished 11th or better in like the last 5 races. And if Vettel can keep things clean, we get a double top 10 with plus 450. So that's too hard to pass up right now. The second bet we're going to go with is Alpine to have a double top 6, also at plus 450, but we're raising it because it's a double top 6, right? Couple things in their favor here. One, again, like Aston Martin, they've been very, very quick at the low downforce, high speed tracks. Fernando Alonso has been very racy in these setups, and Esteban Ocon has been very, very good as well. The other thing we've got in our favor is Lewis Hamilton is going to start at the back of the pack because he has a grid penalty thanks to a power unit change. So he's going to start from the back of the pack. That's one guy who normally finishes top 6 out of the way. And then, Ferrari, you basically can't count on them at this point to have good juju.
Comment from Greg Mathern. LOL Rari.
There you go.
Rari. Love
there
that.
You go. There was a lot of memes comparing them to McDonald's this week, and all of them were hilarious.
It sucks. I actually had a parlay that included Carlos Sainz last week for a podium finish, and I watched that race, and it was a disaster.
It was
for Carlos Sainz.
It's so bad. Even when nothing breaks on the car, they can't figure out strategy. It's just amazing.
Yeah, they had how do you not bring a left rear tire out? It was on one of those first stops. It was the dumbest.
And they're all labeled. Like the tire wraps literally say left rear, right rear, front left. Like it shouldn't be that hard. It's not like when they they switched the tires on Truex's car in the championship a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's a good observation. That's a lot harder to happen, right, on the Truex side. But that was a crazy mistake. But look, I like the unit counts. So the third play, Aston Martin double top 10. Like he said, all lines you're going to see from these plays are via DraftKings Sportsbook. Aston Martin double top 10. Look, a lot of guys have not come on here and done plus odds bets. Like I know Cody Zeeb. Cody Zeeb was successful in his minus odds plays or borderline even money plays. But you gotta love a guy coming on here and giving plus 400, plus 450 plays. So that's these 2 plays right here I'm already attracted to because of the value. And with that being said, great advice, great information on why you think these bets are good. So give me your top play. And I think there's going to be a common theme here that we've seen the past few weeks with this one.
Yeah. This one is going to be Red Bull double podium. And for some reason, DraftKings is giving us plus odds on this. Like, I don't really fully understand why it's plus odds. If you look at the odds for Verstappen and Checo, Sergio Perez, to podium by themselves, they're both negative. Yet a double podium, we're getting positive odds. So that's just way too good to avoid here. Not to mention Verstappen is just going to run away with it at this point, like he's untouchable. And at, again, high speed, low downforce tracks like this one, Checo shows up. He's finished second a bunch of times at similar tracks. And Verstappen, I'm not really concerned about, because even with an issue on Friday last week, he still ran away with it. So double podiums at plus 120, I would hit that pretty good before DraftKings figures out they screwed that one up. Because again, if you look at Verstappen and Perez separately to podium, they're massively negative.
I love that. I love trying to find out where the books can mess up. And you would think it wouldn't happen much with Formula One, as prevalent as they are all over the sportsbook market. So that's actually really good insight, great analysis. My guy, Matthew, where can we find you? Tell us about what you're doing, whether you got podcasts, live streams. Give all your plugs before we let you out of here.
So we do have NASCAR and a little bit of F1 podcast over at fantasyalarm.com. Those go up about each Thursday morning with me and my boy Dan Malin. And then I also have a video that just started debuting last week called The Starting Grid, talking about how we can use odds to find value in DFS for NASCAR. And then for F1 stuff, my betting pieces usually go up on Pickswise on Fridays. I also have NASCAR bets up there as well. Those are free. And then for the DFS side, I cover F1 with a playbook on Saturdays following FP3 and qualifying. And then I do Cup playbooks also on Saturdays. And then, just hit me up on our Discord and I'll answer any questions for you. I also cover NFL, MLB. So I've got 4 sports going on for the next 3 months. It's going to be great.
I love it. He's a jack of all trades, ladies and gentlemen. That's his handle right there, at The Salesman on Twitter. My guy, we appreciate you, and good luck on all your bets. If you win, if you hit your bets, you get to come back next weekend. So if you get a profit, awesome, you get back on the show, and we keep the momentum rolling.
By the way, in an interesting twist of geography, me and Cody Zeeb live literally 5 minutes from each other.
Really? Are you?
Yeah, we're both in Lincoln,
in Mississippi, right?
In Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. Shit. What?
Right around the Husker. He lives on
the
other side
of
the Cornhusker Stadium, and I live on. Yeah.
How about
we're
that?
5-10 minutes from each other. It's crazy.
Yeah, I hope the best. I wish nothing but the best for you in your football program. I got to tell you that. I know it's.
I don't root for the Huskers. I just live here.
There you go. Hey, Matthew Sells, The Salesman. Everybody, appreciate you. Good luck. Let's bag on Formula One Netflix Club bets, and we hope to see you back next week, my friend.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was fun.
Absolutely. All right, we are back. There's your Netflix Club bets. Appreciate him for jumping on. It was a late ad. I didn't have a Netflix Club betting expert for a while, and I got connected with him, and I feel like that was good advice. I feel like that was very good advice. So let us get back into some Netflix. Dale, when's kickoff? Hey, look, I saw your comment. I mean, I'm with you on this one. But that is why I bring on someone else to talk about it. And appreciate him for getting creative with it, right? But there's a strategy everywhere. Like Cody Zeeb loved betting on Max Verstappen, and he was right 3 weeks in a row. So I got to give him credit there. But I also love the energy when you come in and you get plus 400, plus 450 plays. Love that. All plus odds bets from the guy at The Salesman on Twitter. Be sure to check him out. But it is time. Let's do the wall of Dale. We got to draft some guys. So if you're new to the show, new to the program, this wall behind me is a draft. It is a draft of drivers that I love and that I hate. I love these guys. Tyler Reddick and Chandler Smith. They do no wrong to me. They have been so profitable for me in 2022. That they're here in the Dale 401k Series Grand National Championship Club. We love these guys. They have made me a lot of fucking money, and we'll keep an eye on them this weekend. Austin Cindric is permanently dead to Dale for obvious reasons. If you don't know why, just ask somebody in the chat. I explain it every episode. I'm not explaining it again, but Austin Cindric, super dead to Dale on the dead to Dale draft list. And then David Starr is a 401k champion, or 401k theft champion. Standing alone here, David Starr. 2021 Homestead, if you remember that race. Once again, if you need a recap on what happened in that race, ask somebody in the chat. It gives everybody PTSD if you bet on Noah Gragson. So, almost forgot. Martin Truex Jr. Prison. Motherfucking prison. Truex is in prison for obvious crimes he's committed against my bank account. This is not bad enough for him. It has to be prison. And it's been pretty satisfying. The crying thing was not satisfying when he was almost crying, but everything else has been pretty satisfying watching his demise in 2022. And I still bet on him. I still keep betting on this fucking guy. That's why he's in prison, because he can never win me a bet. Let's get the hate out of the way. Guys I hate this weekend. And this guy has been a 401k theft champion on his own. Ross Chastain, I just can never find him on the right end. I'm not fading him for Cup. Let's be clear. We're not fading Ross Chastain for the Cup race. I'm fading him in the Xfinity race. I believe he's back in the Big Machine Racing entry and has just not been great in that car. I don't know if it's all car, if it's partially him, but they just have not been very good. So when you look at his results with Big Machine, it just has not been pretty. So he's also a 401k theft champion when it comes to bets throughout 2022. So Ross Chastain is going up on the wall first on the bad guy side. Fade him for the Xfinity race. I feel like that's like a weekly thing, fading Ross Chastain in the Xfinity series. Just hasn't really been great for him, no matter what car he's been in. Next guy, I already told you at the beginning, we're going to fade John Hunter Nemechek. It is absurd to even take him at this price when he has not performed on intermediate style racetracks in 2022. Plus 400 is absurd. So he's not a theft champion. We're just calling him dead to Dale for this weekend because he's not worth the price. So John Hunter Nemechek up there. I actually really like this guy coming up next. Love this guy. He's won me some money this year. But he's going to be dead to Dale this weekend. We're going to make a full fade on Grant Enfinger. 1.5 mile speed from this program has not been that good. I know he has 2 strong finishes. He finished third here, I think he finished third here at Kansas in the spring, and he finished third here at Charlotte earlier in the spring too. Used strategy and late race restarts to get up front at Kansas. No, not strategy. He benefited from late race restarts. He had slowly worked his way into the top 10 by the end of that race, but he ran like 11th to 15th the entire race if you go back and watch it. He did not have a very fast car, but you never know how restarts go. If you pick the right lane and one lane stalls out, you could fucking pick up 5 or 6 spots. And that veteran savviness and experience really helped Grant Enfinger get good finishes at both Charlotte and Kansas because he really didn't have that great of a truck. So I'm going to fade Grant Enfinger because I don't think they're going to have a lot of speed. Also, he is locked into the next round of the playoffs because of his win at IRP. I expect his team to kind of experiment with like a new package because we have more 1.5 miles on the schedule to close out the season. And typically when teams experiment with something to maybe find out information for a similar race later in the year, they're not very fast. Like this is an experiment race for Grant Enfinger and GMS because they just have not had the speed at this style of racetrack. So for this weekend, we're on full fade on Grant Enfinger. Another guy. This guy, he's actually made me a lot of money this year. He's been in the 401k championship club before, but he really pissed me off when he won the pole over Christopher Bell. So this weekend, I'm actually fading him in one particular way that I'm about to go over. I'm fading him, and he's dead to me because he fucking beat Christopher Bell by a fucking nutsack hair in qualifying and lost me a lot of money. So Joseph L. Logano. I love Joseph L. when he wins me money, but thinking about Kansas, the Fords were not good here in the spring, and Joey Logano was really, really, really bad. 1.5 mile speed for the Fords has not been up to par with the Chevys, like the Hendrick Chevys, even RCR, and especially the Toyotas. So I'm going to go full fade mode on Joseph L. Logano this weekend. Those are all the bad guys. Let's talk about the good guys. Mentioned him earlier. It's been a tough year for this guy, dude. I love Kyle Larson. good friend of the Garage Guys, but god damn it, it has been tough betting on him. I don't think there's anybody who's enjoyed it, but this track is right in his wheelhouse. He has an excellent resume at Kansas, finished second here in the spring, gave up the lead in like the last 5 or 10 laps to Kurt Busch. No Kurt Busch in this race, but aside from that, we know Toyota's going to be good. At this style of racetrack, Kyle Larson has led the charge for Hendrick Motorsports, and whether it's 2021, 2022, great here with Ganassi as well. So I like Kyle Larson. I think Kyle Larson will be doing it for Dale this weekend. We got to figure out in what capacity. Make sure you can see that. We got to lean over. I talked about him earlier, and he was actually really disappointing last week. He was on the wall last week, but I'm going to ride with him again. I like Josh Berry. I think they're going to figure it out with his car at Junior Motorsports. And I think he's going to be a factor. If you can find plus odds top 5, that's what I would focus on right now with Berry. 6-1 to win is so close for me, but I think they're not going to qualify well and could have a really good long run car. So let's wait on the to win. Let's wait on the to win. Let's expect the books to be like, oh, he's bad 2 weeks in a row. And we'll wait till practice and qualifying are over, because we know Gibbs is going to qualify well. We know Gragson is going to qualify well. Brandon Jones has been good at qualifying. Sammy Smith has been good at qualifying. AJ Allmendinger has been pretty good at qualifying at this kind of racetrack. Kind of hit or miss, but regardless, we're going to wait on Josh Berry. If you can find plus odds for top 5, I would take that. But I feel good about him this weekend. So riding with Hendrick Power for those first 2. I got a lot of guys that I like. Shit. I mentioned this guy earlier for a pole position bet at 12-1. I think maybe Barstool has him a little bit better at 14-1. But Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace with Ty Gibbs in the other car. I think they're going to throw everything at this number 23, which is the 45, but it's technically the 23. You know what I mean? Like, it's still his same guys, except for the pit crew and the car number. I think they're going to have really good speed. They were arguably the best guy at Michigan. Him and Denny Hamlin had the best cars at Michigan, which is a good correlating racetrack. So I like Bubba Wallace for something this weekend. We'll figure out what that is. Man, I'm ready for pain. You know what? No, I'm going to wait. This guy, I got to bring good energy for this guy last second. I talked about Fords not being very good at this style of racetrack. There's been one guy on mile and a halfs, intermediates, low wear, mid wear racetracks like Kansas, Vegas. This one guy has been really good, or decent enough for the Fords to win us some money this weekend, and that is Ryan Blaney. It has been a painful year betting on Blaney, but there's one particular bet that I love him in this weekend. It's one of my top plays, so I got to put him up here. I don't know if I'm ready to pick Blaney outright. Like I said, the Fords I just don't think can be trusted on raw speed, but there's one bet I love for Ryan Blaney to bring home some money, so he's going up here. I gotta find a better position so you guys can see all my good guys. I'm just gonna throw this guy up here for 2 reasons. I mentioned the trend of everybody with a K winning at Kansas 3 races in a row, which is kind of weird. The one guy with the first name starting with K in this field that has not won and would make it 4 in a row for different drivers with the first name starting with K is Kevin Harvick. And he has had success here in the past. I know Fords have not been great, but that's the first reason why I like Harvick. The second reason is Kevin Harvick has been on a Twitter rampage that is the most refreshing shit I have seen in a long time on Twitter. Kevin Harvick is blowing up Twitter. He's tweeted more now than he has in his entire lifespan on Twitter. And he's just tweeting straight truth about everything. Straight facts, straight truth. Shitting on NASCAR for the problems that they've had, which I'm not a NASCAR shitter on. I think they've been pretty good at most things. But when it comes to the safety and comes to the concerns that are driver related, Kevin Harvick's been on it, dude. I got to respect him for it. So it just makes me like him. I think Kevin Harvick is doing it for Dale right now. I'm not saying I'm betting on him, by the way. But I like the energy. Love the energy. And it's been a good track for him in the past. So those are the guys I like. This final driver I'm going to add to the 401k Grand National Champions Club, an elite club of drivers. because I think this weekend he is going to bring the bags home, finally. It's been a long time coming. This is his style of racetrack. He's had fast trucks in Truck Night in America. Anybody new to the show? That's Christian Eckes. Yeah, Christian Eckes. He's not the most intimidating guy that gives you a lot of face-to-face energy, but he's had really good trucks. And Christian Eckes is fucking due for a win. He's got his back against the wall in the playoff picture. I love Christian Eckes this weekend. Top 5 at the minimum, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 at the minimum. Give them to me. I need a thumbtack. I'm going to have to fire another assistant. Christian Eckes is going to have a good fucking run this weekend, and I think he definitely can win this race. Final one. Sports God of the Week is the most elite recognition of a Garage Guys and Dalescenter that you could possibly achieve. And back to a familiar face, he is an 8-time Sports God of the Week. Now 9-time Sports God of the Week. BJ McLeod, the hardest working man in NASCAR, hardest working team in NASCAR, and the best hair in NASCAR, with the exception of me, of course. BJ McLeod, now 9-time Sports God of the Week. I want some round of applause for my man, BJ McLeod. So there you have it. Wall of Dale draft. Once again, don't forget about ball sack face down here, Martin Truex Jr. He's in prison forever. There's just nothing that can get him out of prison, I don't think. So that is the Wall of Dale draft. BJ McLeod, of course, once again, Sports God of the Week. It's time to get into the top plays. I'm going to read some comments here. Oh, God, we got another spammer. Fucker. You whore! Sex bots. That's really nice of you, Nighthawk. Does he deserve it? I don't think so. But that's very nice of you. Spammers. Bubba. I love the Bubba energy. Let's go. Ryan Priest, best outright bet in trucks. Talked about Priest earlier. I agree with you. 7-1 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Don't know if it's still at that line, but love that bet. It's locked in. BJ. Got to give our BJ some credit. He is the guy. He is the man. All right, let's move into the Dalescenter top 5 plays of the weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, there's my nice, beautiful overlay that's slightly slanted for some reason. I don't know what happened from week to week. But let's get into the top plays. You could probably guess what some of these are going to be. For unit allocations, well, you can either look on Action Network or tune in to the Discord to find out about my unit allocations for all these bets. Number 5, my guy, Christian fucking Eckes is going to bring the backs on this weekend. Right now, you go to Caesar Sportsbook, and you bet on this man for a top 5 at plus 200. That is a guaranteed win. Top 5 at plus 200 is the emphasis here. Guaranteed win. Top 3 at plus 400, also good value. All other books don't even fucking compare to what Caesars is offering. And trust me, I'm not a big Caesars guy. But the value on Christian Eckes here is really, really strong. When you look at every other book, you look at his performance on intermediate racetracks, he's been knocking on the door of a win. I think it comes this weekend. And it's 17-1. I'm not going to miss out if it happens. You can put a quarter unit, a half unit, whatever on 17-1, and you're going to have a big fucking payday if he wins. But I'm primarily focused on that top 5 at plus 200. Love it. And look, he hasn't qualified the best this year. So if you want to wait and take the chance that it goes up to maybe 250, 300, it's not the worst idea in the world. They haven't qualified super great, but they've had really strong long run speed. So we'll keep that in mind too. I'm probably going to bet the top 5 and the to win before we get there. And we'll see what happens at the top 5. But I feel so good about Christian Eckes this weekend. And if he doesn't win, he might have to be on the wall on the bad side permanently. So we'll keep that in mind too. But that is Dalescenter top play number 5. Number 4, we're sticking with trucks. Caesar Sportsbook, once again, I want you to go open the app right now if you have access. Open the Caesar Sportsbook app. There is a group prop. Okay, I think it's 6 drivers. One of them, you're picking the guy to win this group. It's just a group prop, 6 drivers. Brett Moffitt is a minus odds favorite in the number 22 AM Racing truck, which Brett's a great driver, former Truck Series champion, but that 22 does not have great speed compared to most of these guys in the field and in this group. He is like minus 160. I'm going to pull it up right now on my phone. I'm going to pull it up right now. Caesar Sportsbook has him at a minus odds favorite against Grant Enfinger, Matt Crafton, Derek Kraus, Parker Kligerman, and Matt DiBenedetto. I've already talked about fading Grant Enfinger. He's plus 250 in this group. Way overpriced considering lack of speed on this style of racetrack. And consider the element once again where we are in the playoffs. He's locked into the next round. This is going to be an experiment for Grant Enfinger's team to see if they can find something for a track like Homestead later or Texas later in the playoffs. Experiment race for Grant Enfinger. There's potential they could be really slow compared to these guys in this group. And Brett Moffitt in a piece of shit truck. Let's just be clear. A piece of shit truck is minus 160. Minus 160. Where is this bet? I got to find this. We're running out of time. I'm not missing kickoff, people. We are running out of time. But this is important. I'm here to help the people out. Minus 170 now. Minus 170. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put a unit on Matt Crafton and then a half unit on the rest of these guys. And I think you're going to profit. I might put a unit on all four of them because I think this is taking money like stealing candy from a baby. It is absurd. It is absolutely absurd what we're looking at with Brett Moffitt and a bad race truck being a minus 170 favorite to win this group. It's fucking crazy. So I want you to just, you can pick your own unit allocations. Kligerman's had speed at intermediates. DiBenedetto has had speed on intermediates. Derek Kraus has been really good at these intermediates if he can just finish the race. And Matt Crafton's in a Thor Sport truck. We know he can get it done. Pick all four of these guys and you're going to win. That's what I'm going to tell you. Moving on. My Xfinity matchup, I like Brandon Jones over Austin Hill. This is a great track for Brandon Jones. His last four finishes, first, 9th, and 11th. The 9th place, he ran a lot better than the finish represents. And last year, he spun while running in the top 10, still finished 11th. Austin Hill, when you look at comparable racetracks, which I believe, I think in my research, it's Vegas, like the two most comparable racetracks to Kansas in 2022. Brandon Jones is 2-0 against them. And that is Michigan. Brandon Jones finished 4th, and Austin Hill finished 5th, which Austin Hill had great pit road service. So, like, he got all of his track position from great pit stops. That can't always lead you in every single category. That can't always. Speed is going to matter at some point. And I think the Gibbs cars are going to be really good. I think Brandon Jones is going to have more speed. So at correlated racetracks, Brandon Jones has proven to be better. And Kansas is a great track for him. He always sneaks up on us and wins a weird race. And he's done that twice at Kansas. So give me Jones over Hill. I'd put a unit and a half on this one right here. As I talked about with the Wall of Dale, fade Logano, go with Blaney. Fords have not been good, but the one Ford that has shown speed on similar style racetracks to Kansas has been Ryan Blaney. Joey Logano has been way too inconsistent for me. This is a featured matchup on Barstool Sportsbook. It's a driver prop on DraftKings. DraftKings, from what I saw, had the best value at minus 115, so I'm riding with this. It will be posted, and I'll tell you what my unit count is on the Action Network. You can hit the link in the YouTube description to my Action profile to see all my cut bets. I've got Daniel Suarez locked in outright, and then I'm rolling with this one. Top play, I mentioned this on Twitter and in the Discord. Scott Dixon for a top 5 at plus 150 is an ultimate hammer time play. I've got 3 units on this already. 3 units. If he qualifies well, poof, goodbye. Not going to be plus 150. I would even look at the plus 1,200 to win. In Scott Dixon's career, in season finales at a random assortment of racetracks, because this isn't like NASCAR, IndyCar's finale has moved around a lot over the years, over the last 20 years. All sorts of different racetracks at the season finale. It has not mattered. Scott Dixon has finished in the top 5 in 14 of 19. 14 of 19 of these races. Of 19 season finales, Scott Dixon has finished in the top 5 in 14 of them. I'm sorry, 16 of them. 16 of 19 races, he's finished in the top 5 to close out a season, and 14 of those times in the top 3. He's in the championship hunt. You got to go with the Iceman here at this value. It's absurd. That top 5 is the number 1 play. That's what I'm focusing on here. Scott Dixon for a top 5 is the Dalescenter number 1 play. Dr. Piggles, good to see you back. Best name. The best name on here. Parlay Power is back this weekend. Trevor, appreciate you. Rob, yes, good energy. Got to be confident. Got to stick with the confidence level being through the fucking roof. So let's win some bets. I got the Tan Hart Triple Crown. And you guys tell me your parlays. What time is kickoff? What time is kickoff, people? 7:20. We got time. We got time. I've already given out my top first touchdown bets. I hope you guys locked those in already. If you missed those, you need to get them in. Rewind this to about the 15-minute mark, and you'll see my first touchdown bets for the Rams versus Bills tonight on Thursday Night Football. But I got to go to the Tan Hart Triple Crown. Tan Hart Triple Crown. Talk about Ryan Prix. So we're going to focus on all NASCAR races since Indycar doesn't have a lot on the board on DraftKings. The Triple Crown parlay. Ryan Prix to win the truck race at plus 700. Ty Gibbs, top 3 in the Xfinity Series. I think the Gibbs guys are going to be great. This is even money right now for Ty Gibbs, top 3 in Xfinity. And Blaney over Logano and Cup. A $100 bet on this parlay wins you $2,800 if it hits. We went a little crazy the last couple weeks after we got one. We nailed one of these parlays, and then the broccoli wad was invented by my guy Scott, who nailed a parlay on the show. But I really like this one, and I think it's not crazy at all. If you want to feel more conservative about it, go with Priest top 3 or Priest top 5. Then you can feel really damn good, but it will slash the odds a good bit. So that is a Tan Hart Triple Crown. And I got to pick out a broccoli wad. So for everybody that's in here, type your favorite racing parlays in the chat, and I'm going to pick my favorite one that I'm going to bet on, and I will spotlight throughout social media, throughout the Discord. I need parlays ASAP because we're running out of time. Joseph, no college football bets. I'm the worst college football bettor on planet Earth. I will never, ever, ever give college football advice. I fucking blow at college football betting. I'm terrible. So I will not give advice. I need parlays. I want some energy right here. Kickoff's in like fucking 9 minutes. I need some parlays. I need a broccoli wad. Here's a Triple Crown. Where's the broccoli wad brand thing? Boom. Broccoli wad. This is the community parlay. It was named after my guy Scott, who nailed one a few weeks ago. It is now called the broccoli wad. It is a wad of bets. A wad of motorsports bets that you parlay together, you wad it up, and you win. So I need a community parlay that I really fucking like. Type your parlays in the chat right now because kickoff is coming soon. And I'm not, by God, I'm not missing kickoff. I'll fucking die before I miss kickoff. I need parlays. Come on. Nick Hook, welcome back. Welcome back. We're not doing prize picks. Not doing prize picks for this one. Which I think the four... By the way, I think the four player prop prize picks lineup I made hit last week. I could be wrong, but I think it at least went 3 out of 4. Priest gives Bowman all to win. I'm not putting Alex Bowman in a parlay. That's crazy. Maybe Bowman top 5, but I love Priest and Gibbs there. Is that the only parlay? I see people here. There's a lot of people watching right now. Where are my parlays, people? Parlays. Motorsports parlays. I want you to pull your phone out. You got about 5 minutes to start loading the chat up. I want high energy. I want motherfucking motorsports parlays right this second, okay? Because the Bills and Rams is about to start. I'm not fucking missing it. All right, Trevor. Chandler Smith, top 3. Creed, top 5. Danny Suarez, top 5. $100 bet wins you $4,300. I'm guessing this is going to be via DraftKings. I like this one. I think Chandler Smith, remember, he won at Pocono. He won at Vegas. 2 higher speed racetracks that could have some correlation. So for a top 3, I think that's a safer one. We know Sheldon Creed's been on a tear when it comes to the speed in his race car and his improved performance. Top 5, not bad. And I like Daniel Suarez because we know he's going to be fast. It's just going to be about can he rise to the occasion? Can he avoid all the pressure that fucked him over at Darlington when he sped on pit road? Can he avoid mistakes being a new playoff driver? I don't hate that one, Trevor. Tim Naka, good to see you back, my friend. Alpine double top 6, Zane top 3, Noah top 3, Bubba top 5 at plus 91.81. See, then I'll have to trust our guy, the salesman, who came on early and gave the Netflix bets. I'll have to trust him on that one for the Alpine double top 6, or Alpine. I'm sorry, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I don't hate that one. That's juicy. That is juicy. Jack Hawk down. You're damn right. So many good bets. That's what we do here. I forgot to do my recap of last week, but our Dalescenter top plays went 4 for 5 last week. I think that's the second time we've done that in 12 episodes, gone 4 for 5. Haven't gone 5 for 5 yet. Thanks a lot, Chase Briscoe, but we've gone 4 for 5. Rhodes win, Allgaier win, Byron win. Holy shit. $100 wins you $158,000 if that hits. I'm not going to ride with that one, but I appreciate it. I love the energy. Prix to win, Barry top 5, Byron top 3. I like that one. That one is not bad. I don't want to do a Prix win because I already have a Prix win. I already got a Prix win in another parlay, so I don't want to double up on that one, if that makes sense. Prix win. No, I can't do Prix. Evan, I appreciate you. Prix and Suarez win. $100 wins you $20,000. Very achievable, but I can't do Prix twice. All right, Super NASCAR fan. Host of our top 5, Brandon Jones top 5, and Suarez top 5. I really like that one. $100 wins you $2,800 if it hits. Love Brandon Jones top 5. I like host of our top 5, but I'm iffy on Suarez top 5, I guess is where I'm at with that one. There he is. Scott Toxnerb in the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Discord, which you can join in the link below. A lot of fun, a lot of betting talk going on. Always a good time. Stenhouse top 10 has had some speed at similar racetracks. Gibbs top 3, Eckes top 3, plus 5150. Man, I might have. That's a good one. I like that one. I know we didn't talk about Ricky. All right, you know what? Get out of here, Sexbot. Fuck you. You were timed out. Nick Hook, Priest win, Barry over Allgaier, Bowman top 10, plus 3,100. Like I said, I don't. This sucks kind of because since I already got Priest in my other parlay and the Tan Hart Triple Crown, I can't go with Priest for 2 of them. Like, I want to spread my chances out a little bit. You know what I mean? I like that one a lot. Van Halen, yeah. Good point. The 5150. Love that, Evan. I can't do Priest. You know who I didn't talk about? I didn't talk about Zane Smith. I might as well mention real quick that he's the only guy I would bet at that price at 400 or 500 because his speed has been immaculate all throughout 2022. I would bet Zane Smith plus 400 plus 500 to win. So naturally, I love Zane in a parlay for a top 3. Eckes win, Barry over Allgaier, Bowman top 10. Nick Hook loves Alex Bowman this weekend. I cannot say that I love Bowman. Hey, John, good to see you, my friend. I appreciate you. I'm a big retro wave guy. It's been a new thing of mine over the past year or so. But I appreciate that comment. We only got a couple minutes, guys. I need like 2 more parlays, or I'm gonna pick one. Need like 2 more parlays. Tanaka, Zane top 3, Gibbs top 3, Suarez top 3, 43-1. I like that one. All right. I got 1 minute and I'm picking one. Especially since I'm wearing these gold glasses, like this, these have to hit. The parlays have to hit this weekend with the gold frame Dale shades on. Remember, Dale shades are kind of out of commission right now. So, all right, 30 seconds, people. You got any more parlays? Send them. I think I know which one I'm going with if we don't get any more. Oh, Jack Hawk down. I will answer this. Caesars is awful about parlays. You can do them, but it's a fucking mess. If you're in our Discord, join our Discord if you're not. And someone like Greg Mathern could probably answer that question for you on specifics about it, because I have not made a parlay on Caesars before. Suarez top 5 drops to plus 2,000. 10 Naka. All right, time's up. I'm going with Super NASCAR fan Andrew here. I'm going with Hocevar top 5, Brandon Jones top 5, and Suarez top 5. I like that one. $100 wins you 2,800. That, my friends, is going to be the broccoli wad. I think Brandon, and this is solely based off of speed, right? I think Hocevar is, he's shown he can have the speed, and he's in a weird position with the playoffs. So from a speed perspective, I think Hocevar could have top 5 speed. I think Brandon Jones will have top 5 speed, and I think Suarez could have top 5 speed. So I like that it's conservative. Jack Hawk down, DraftKings, no question about it. DraftKings is the best. All these you're seeing are probably people on DraftKings right now. Yep, that's what we're going with. I like the speed. I think all 3 of these guys will be fast this weekend. So let's do it. That's the broccoli wad. It's been a show. We got to get out of here. Kickoff is happening in like 5 seconds. Thank you guys so much. Be sure to check out all the links below in the description. Action link, Hooters, Prize Picks. We didn't do a sponsor plug, which is fine. I left it out for this one because we were short on time. But check us out. Check out all my picks in the Action Network. Join the Garage Guys Discord. Check out GarageGuysFantasySports.com to see all of our betting articles from all of our contributors. More exciting news on the way for the Garage Fam. And this has been a great episode of Dalescenter, episode number 12. I appreciate you all, and I leave you to watch Thursday Night Football. Let's go hit some fucking first touchdown bets, people. Joseph, I'm sorry I missed this one, but I probably wouldn't do it anyway. But it is a good one. It is a good one.